Does anyone want to dance?
Round your little finger.
Welcome to the third part of the Blender tutorial. Today we're going to be learning about how to create a mesh. So what we're doing now is in texture mode we're going to click just above the aircraft. That will move the small reticle just above it, and at that point what you're going to do is hit spacebar, add, and then whatever shape it is that you wish, we're going to just use a circle. As by default it lays down flat. We're going to press N to bring up the little box there that'll let you orient it and change the axis to 90 degrees so it's upright now. So let's pan and just kind of look to see what we're looking at. Okay, so we have a flat kind of box, or excuse me, a flat square shape that we're going to be working with. There's a lot of other shapes that would be pretty useful, circles, etc. Now, what we've done is we've switched to edit mode, and those keys there at the bottom will let you toggle between face, line, and point mode. And I've just now selected point mode, and I'm shift right clicking to select 3 of them, and I can do whatever I want. I can move them, or I just erase them, and now there is 1 point left, and this is usually the common pattern to what I do to start a insignia or roundel, whatever it is that you would like. Just start with 1 point. And what we do then is we click that single, or right click on that single point to position it where we'd like. That larger dot is the center of the object. So we hit Shift D to duplicate and left click to place the points where we would like to have them. So here we are now placing the points wherever it is that we would like to. And I'm just creating a star. Putting the points at every single corner where they would actually be on the star. So this is the beginning, or the kind of the groundwork that we lay to develop a mesh. In developing the mesh, we right click and shift hold and select 4 points at a time. So I've got 3 selected. If you just select 2, it'll create a line, and you just hit F. F will create a face, or a polygon. So we have a face there, and we can connect and create another face hitting F. Now you'll notice that the face here is kind of a purplish pink color. What that means is that the normals, or the normal of that face, or that polygon, is flipped. So what we do is we want to flip it, or make the color appear on the other side. And that's done. I'll insert the function to make that happen later. I'm sorry, I forgot what the key was to do that. So we're just going to go through really quick and finish making all these different faces. And it goes fairly quick. The more complex of an insignia that you wish to have, the more polygons, obviously, that it takes to do so. So there we have it. In edit mode, we have created a multi-polygon or multi-faced object. Or in essence, this is its own SRF, or surface. And you can tweak and adjust point by point if you wish. What I've done is just right clicked on the point and the arrows for orientation show up. I've switched to object mode now, and now I can move the entire shape, or the insignia, wherever I wish. Or now I can color it. So we're just going to switch it to vertex paint, choose the color that we wish. The mask is off, or excuse me, on, so, well, either way, we want all the polygons painted. See the first tutorial for an explanation on that. So back to object mode now, and we are going to enlarge it by pressing S for scale, and the line appears that will kind of let you drag it out to stretch it. And we now move it over. Now in 3-dimensional space, that was created in the center, but we've just moved it back along the x-axis, and now we're going to move it along the y. And you'll notice as it passes through the tail fin of this aircraft, it's very flat. It doesn't really look like there is much of a need to shrink wrap it at all. So we're going to go ahead and forego that step. If you want to learn how to shrink wrap, see the second tutorial that I've posted. What we've noticed in a lot of aircraft that I've been painting and worked on is that insignias go over areas such as rudders of aircraft that bend and move. So what we're going to show you now is I'm cycling through with just the regular arrow keys, the different keyframes or the motions of the aircraft, and you'll see how the rudder there on the right is moving in and out, and it actually cuts through the insignia. What we want to do is have that part of the insignia follow that portion of the rudder. So back to, we're in object mode. We're going to right click. We have our object selected. Let's have a look and see now with wireframe, follow the mouse there, where it is that we need to cut that shape. So now we're looking at the shape, and we see that edge right there of where it is that the rudder bends and moves. That's basically the hinge of it. And we're going to cut our shape that way. We're still in edit mode, and we're selecting points. Either way, we're going to cut this whole thing. So I just hit A in edit mode to select all of it, K to cut, and I'm just going to trace the outline of that rudder with just a single slice, and it's going to cut all those polygons of the star. And I've left click to end it, enter, and now we've created a slice through it. And what I'd like to do now is go back to textured mode to look at our object. You can see the new kind of polygons that have been created. Let's switch to face selection mode, right there at the bottom middle part of your toolbar. And we're going to shift, hold, and right click to select all those different polygons. And now we're going to hit Control P, or excuse me, just P, to separate those polygons that were selected. Now you see that they don't show up. It has actually become its own SRF. So here in object mode I can select either part. Here's the portion we cut and the portion that is left whole, or that's remaining. So now it is its own surface, or its own object. Now as we've right-clicked on that part of the star and we shift, hold, and right-click now on that rudder, we are ready now to parent. So we go to Mesh, or excuse me, in object mode, Object, Parent, Make Parent, meaning we want the star to follow the rudder, and click OK. Now when we cycle through the keyframes, the rudder is going to move, and that portion of the star is going to follow it just the way it should, or as though you had painted it on there.